Well, hello, big beautiful world. I'm back just when you thought it was safe to go onto YouTube. Vegematics Show makes an ignoble return to the Doomosphere, and I want to thank each and every one of you for making it all possible. Well, isn't it interesting what we've got going on in the American southern border? Tijuana. We got tear gas for lots of people running over the border, trying to get in. They just want to get in. Everybody just wants to get in somewhere, right? You know, men want to get in, and women want to get out, and it's just a horrible situation no matter how you look at it. But who wouldn't want to go to America? I feel so sorry. How desperate do these Honduran refugees have to be facing this onslaught of a hostile nation that has created the situation from which they are fleeing? And yes, Her Majesty Hillary Clinton had something to do with it. The Honduran coup, the right-wing death squad democracy kind of thing. Yes, the lovely Hillary is coming back apparently, and whether we want it or not, it's going to happen. Why? Because it's a world controlled by narcissistic, terroristic, militaristic, evil people. And the sooner we recognize that, the more able we are to somehow think or imagine that we can deal with this shit. Technology. Talk to me about technology. I bought a new laptop a few weeks back because I spilled orange juice on the old laptop and I never really liked it anyway, so I managed to just put a boot through it. But aside from that, my main desktop is getting old and it's getting noisy, and I could use a new video card and stuff like that. And I can't shut it down because I can't load this. It's Sony Movie Studio HD, which I bought, probably 3-4 years ago. Load it onto this computer, it works fine. Take the disc, load it in, got my little number, type it out carefully. Your number does not match. And I'm going, what the fuck? I paid for this thing. I went into Staples. I bought this piece of software that theoretically I paid for and should still be able to have. But Sony Movie Studio, who were bought by some shit company called Magix, and I had earlier issues with that shit company Magix, has bought Sony Movie Studio HD, so it's no longer the same, and they won't let me load it on to my laptop so that I can get my desktop into the shop. No, they won't let me do that. I have to buy another one apparently. Well, I'm going to switch. There are other video editing software, some of them for free if I really wanted to go that route, but I'm willing to pay for something as long as I can keep it and they don't take it back and want me to buy another one, like Sony Movie Studio HD. Don't buy it. Thank you. This is my anti-ad. You don't see ads on Vegematic channel. You've never seen ads on Vegematic channel. Well, maybe once or twice, but that would have been a long time ago. And before they changed the rules and decided that I was an undesirable. Me, imagine, I'm such a friendly, easygoing person. Can you imagine anybody thinking of me as an undesirable? Really? Sure, I'm old, crotchety, cranky. I have a right to be old and crotchety and cranky. I had to take a break there because my cat was yelling at the door. And he has to come in here. He just has to. Stop plucking. God damn it, there's not a piece of carpeting or furniture in this place that hasn't been plucked to death. Oh, cats. Why do we have cats? Hey, Gandhi, what's happening? You need a big fuzzy. Why don't you come up? Come on up. Come on. Come here. What? No, I'm not going down there to pat you, you lazy son of a bitch. Hair everywhere. Chewed up furniture. Cats. Gotta buy a cat license in this city. This wonderful armpit of Canada, whose biggest employer is now making military vehicles for Saudi Arabia. Hey, go Saudi Arabia. In Canada, we're just kind of not saying anything about it because there's so many jobs on the line, and apparently people don't really worry when they go to Costco about the fruits of their labor and the amazing things that they are building, and the end result, and the horrific, well, you know how horrific things are. Things are horrific everywhere, but things are really horrific when countries that claim to be for human rights actually don't care when it comes to... No, you're right, Gandhi. Why don't you come up here and at least be cute so we can get some more views out of this thing? Come on. Come on, Gandhi. Come on up. Come on up. Oh. Here he is, the hairiest cat in the world. Yep. He's kind of antsy because I gave him some catnip. And he's having an ongoing war with the other cat. Stop plucking, you son of a bitch. You're distracting me. And you're not even being cute on camera. So you're useless. You know, go and catch a spider or something. Oh, I was just looking something up. It's this. It's, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Do you feel proud now? Isn't this wonderful? What a beautiful poem. Ah, America, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Let's just club them to death and get it over with and put them out on the dirty boulevard, to quote Lou Reed. So all you folks wondering how the marijuana legalization in Canada is going, well, let me tell you about the legalization of cannabis in Ontario. It's a rather dismal situation, to be quite honest. Apparently, you go on to the Ontario Cannabis Store, which is a government-run website where they monopolize everything because they haven't legalized it for people to actually buy it, other than ordering it online and giving all your information for later use. Also, apparently the weed is really shitty and moldy, so this is kind of sad. But today I drove through the native reservation that's close to me, the Chippewa of the Thames, and I did see a few little stores with kind of interesting signs on the outside, so you can be happy. And they don't want to fuck with the natives, and they probably shouldn't, because they might end up like that missionary guy that, you know, arrows and stuff, and it was really like martyrdom thing. So there, the guy finally got his wish, I guess, and the natives were left alone. Oh my God, those heathens! What will they do without white bread Christianity on their side? Man, I tell you, it's amazing that there's anybody in the world that hasn't been affected by Western values and cultures, Western movies and Western this and Western that. And maybe it would be better if we just went back to, 100 years and say, okay, we're going to start this technology shit all over again. We're going to destroy all the computers, everything we have. We're going to go back to the way it was 100 years ago, and then maybe develop it in a more humane and interesting way, some sort of creativity. But what is creativity these days? Nobody gives a damn about creativity. They want conformity. They want obedience and conformity. And there are many more than willing to sell their souls if they can get a few extra shekels in their bank accounts. So now I have the other cat scratching at the bottom of the door going, let me in, let me in. And there's nothing in here except my computer equipment and a little bit of music equipment and stuff. So there's really nothing for them in here. But still they want to come in and explore things, and they hope that they might find a spider or a mouse in here. So I feel like I'm victimized by my cats. My cats are holding me hostage in this basement room. So I just pulled up Sandy and Environmental Coffee House here. And it's Extinction, Adaptation, Climate Change Assessment, the Media, and Antonio Reid and Nicholas Humphrey, which I have added to my watch later list because honestly my consumption of media is limited to intelligent conversation, which this is. And if you haven't gone over to Environmental Coffee House, I would suggest that if you are concerned about the trajectory towards a burning hell that the earth has become, I would say that if you are the slightest bit concerned, go to Environmental Coffee House. I mean, this is like hardcore shit, right? You know, so like don't go there if you can't handle the doomosphere. And I'd like to say hello to a couple of my friends. Particularly, there's a fellow named Mike Bunch who constantly leaves nice little messages and things on my Vegematic thing that's going on here, and I appreciate it. I appreciate so much the good, happy people that are somewhat twisted, but only twisted in the way that twistation is a good thing. Okay, what else have I got to talk about tonight? Well, not much. I guess I'm gonna call it a night and thank everybody who's tuned in. And I managed to gain a couple of subscribers, and it's slow and steady up that hill towards this big 1,000. And then I guess I don't know what's going to happen. I think when I hit 1,000, I'm going to personally blow up. Everything is going to just be too complicated and so help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And why do I want 1,000 subscribers? Not so I can troll you with ads, just because then I can say at least I got 1,000 subscribers. At least it's better than this channels that I watch that are going, you got 2,000-3,000 subscribers with that? What is this? It's not fair. It's not fair, and it has to do with antitrust laws and me talking about the Googleization of the world. So don't worry about that. Have your friends piss off Google and subscribe to Vegematic. And I promise I won't troll you with ads. I won't troll you with asking for money. I will just I want more friends. That's what I really want. That's why I'm in my fucking basement, man. Anyway, everybody be well. Let me think. What kind of we need some kind of vegetable blessing. May your vegetables be organic and fill your stomach with nutrients which spread to your brain and yeah. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about, I know what it was. A record number of Americans leaving America for my nation of Canada. Canada, the true north, strong and free. Except that we got Alberta and they pump out a lot of shit, and that's, I know, it's true. It's true. I'm sorry, Western people. I know your livelihoods depend on planet extinction, but it's time we changed. It's time we got real. It's time. There is no time. We're out of time. And anybody that's honest with themselves knows that we're out of time. We must change systems. We must change gears. We must reverse some of the... Well, no, we can't, right? It's too late. So there's this is how I see it. There's two sides. One side is saying, it's too late, burn all the fossil fuels you can, it doesn't matter. And the other side is saying, well, maybe there's a solution. But insanity rules the day. Insanity and cash credits and little numbers in bank accounts that trump human beings, that trump everything. The more of these numbers that you manage to collect, the more you are considered a winner in society. The more you can lie, the more you can spew racist invective. That will make you good. Or you can spew misogyny on YouTube, and then that will get you thousands of views. And you can spew Q. Q is spewing all over the place, man. That shit is just going through the internet, and they put it in my recommended, and I go, Q? What the fuck is that? I don't want that shit. And they send me more. Q, the latest Q. Is Q like the modern equivalent of the Nazi vril force? It is. It's kind of a mystical thing. It's because God appointed Herr Drumpf to the highest position because God willed it, because the wildfires are because of queers and abortion, and God will strike you dead if you don't agree with me and my First Amendment rights to carry an AK-47 and blow away those libtards. Am I getting carried away? That's probably because there's too much alcohol involved and too little planning. So for the next show, I plan to have a lot less alcohol involved. Honestly, I'll never do it again. I swear I'll never do it again.